Hi, I'm Emily of Emily's Line Fitness, and welcome to this total body sculpt workout with a ball. Today we are going to work the entire body, and we are going to use a Pilates ball to get it done. If you do not have a ball, no worries, we can definitely modify without. And then we're also going to need a mat or some sort of soft surface. And we're actually going to start with a little bit of breathing just to set the mood for the routine. So you can join me seated just like I am. I'm seated on my heels. If that's a little bit uncomfortable for your knees, then you can go ahead and sit crisscross applesauce, and that's fine. And we're gonna start from here with our hands placed on the thighs. I want you to take a moment. You can close down your eyes if that feels good. And we're gonna try to stack the roof of our mouth over our rib cage, over the center of the pelvis. Nice. It's as if you're really stacking yourself up against an invisible wall behind you. From there, take a deep inhale through your nose, allowing your body to expand in all directions. And then exhale, just let it go. Good. Keep breathing just like that. And notice if as you inhale, you can feel maybe a lot of air escaping to one side of you, but feeling a little bit blocked on the other side. And see if you can just send your breath with a little bit more intention into both your left and your right halves. Wonderful. Let's take one more deep inhale just like that all together. And then on the exhale, you can float your eyes open, interlace your hands in front of you, flip your palms up to the ceiling, and we're gonna arch our back. So I can feel my sits bones pressing back towards my heels, my rib cage is expanding, and then exhale, round your back, curling your sits bones towards the backs of your thighs, belly button towards your spine here. Inhale, arch. This is your kneeling cat-cow. I'm sure you've done it before. And maybe not in a kneeling position. You're familiar in other positions. We're just getting loose, just letting things warm up a little bit before we start that real heat building work. Good, take one more inhale, reaching your arms up to the ceiling. From there, I want you to find that neutral spine once again. So think roof of mouth over rib cage over pelvis. Take your right hand down, left arm goes up and over. Hold the side bend, taking a moment to breathe into that left side waist a little bit more. Exhale, come back to center, reach your right arm up and overhead, big side stretch. Hold here, breathing into the right side waist now. Exhale, come back to center, and now we are ready to move. Turning to one side, you're gonna grab your ball, if you have one, and you're gonna place your ball between your ankles. If you don't have a ball, you can go ahead and bring your legs completely together. From there, get the flesh out from underneath those sits bones, and we're gonna stack ourselves up nice and tall, roof of mouth over rib cage over pelvis, and then those sits bones are like two anchors into the floor. Lengthen your arms in front of you. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, start to curl your sits bones to the backs of your thighs, pubic bone towards your face, and we're gonna roll down one vertebra at a time. Don't worry about the music here. Don't worry about the beat. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, and then exhale, reaching your hands towards your thighs, curling up spine bone by spine bone. And at the top, you're gonna roll over those thighs a little bit. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, curling, rounding down. Squeeze your ball a little bit. Inhale, arms up overhead, and then exhale. We slowly roll up, spine bone by spine bone, one unit at a time, up and over those thighs. Once you've gotten the hang of it, you can feel free to go a little bit faster here. If you're having a really hard time coming up out of the roll down position, that's normal. Firstly, I have kind of heavier legs, a little bit of a thicker lower body, let's say, than my upper body, which means I have a really nice anchor when I'm trying to roll up. But let's say you have a longer torso than you do legs, then you might have a much harder time because maybe your top half is a little bit heavier than your bottom half, relatively speaking, you know? So if that's the case, you can always bend your knees a little bit, and then what you'll do is you'll just grab onto the thighs to roll up and then roll back down. So roll up is a move that I think is kind of elusive to some people and then like super easy to other people. And it can be strength related, but it can also just be basic anatomy. Something you can't change, right? Like the length of your thigh bone. The femur is a femur. It's not gonna get longer. It's not gonna get shorter. 8, barring some sort of injury. Good, 7. Last 6, we're gonna hold it down about 3/4 of the way. In 4, last 3, 2, hold it down about 3/4. Now I'm gonna scoot forward because I'm starting to come off my mat. So we're gonna come down about 3/4 of the way. So what that means is my lower back is on the mat, but my upper spine is still lifted. From there, I want you to bring your ankles onto the ball and your hands behind your head. Oh yeah, feel that shake. Point your toes, inhale, prepare. On the exhale, scoop your lower abdominals in and start to pull your thighs towards you, reeling that ball in like you would reel in a fish. Inhale, extend your legs, keeping your lower back anchored on the ground, keeping your mid back anchored on the ground, shoulder blades lifted. Pulling the ball in, heels towards the backs of your thighs. Inhale, lengthen away. We're gonna take this nice and slow, 4 counts. Exhale in, 2, 3, 4, inhale out, 2, 3, 4. All right, now while we're doing this exercise, I want you to check on a couple different things. First, when you're moving your legs in and out, your lower belly should not change shape. So what that means is if you start to push your lower belly out on the in portion of the legs or the out portion of the legs, that tells me that this work is just a little bit too heavy. So what you can do is reduce your range of motion, only taking the legs in as far as you can keep that lower belly drawing in, or you can also bring your legs in and only take the legs out as much as you can keep that lower body or that lower belly pulling in. We don't need to see flatness, right? So we're accounting for all different kinds of lower belly look, but what you should not see is a big change in that lower belly as you move the legs in and out. Oh gosh. In 8. And if you start to really focus on that, all of a sudden the exercise gets like 10 times harder. Last 6. Ugh. Last 5. Sometimes you just got to make a noise. 4, we're going to hold the legs in. 3, 2, I want you to hold your legs in. You're going to pulse your thighs towards your chest. Ooh, little rolls. Ooh, little rolls. Last 5. Oh, 4, chin off your chest. Last 3, 2, 1. Extend the legs long. Lower your head down. Ooh, that feels good. All right, now you're gonna take the ball again between your ankles. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, slide your heels in and then lift your knees into a tabletop position. And then finally stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Plant your palms into the mat, press down and use that pressure of your hands downward to peel your chest open. Lower back, lower abdominals pulling down towards the floor. You're gonna inhale, lower the legs down, only as low as you can keep that lower back pressed into the floor. Bend your knees to 90 and then pull your knees back into tabletop and extend your legs towards the ceiling. So it's a 4-part movement. We're gonna do it slow, don't worry. We lower the legs down, only as low as you can keep your lower back in the floor. Bend your knees to 90, pull your knees in, and then extend them up towards the sky. Down, bend, in, and up, nice and slow. Down, bend, in, and up. So it's like I'm painting the wall in front of me really smoothly here. And I love this slow pace because it lets me focus on control. Down, bend, in, and up. Squeeze the ball as much as you can here. We're trying to get a little bit of inner thighs by using that ball. And up. We're gonna do one more this direction. Down, bend, in, and up. Now we're gonna reverse directions. That means bend the knees first, extend the legs out, lift the legs up, bend the knees. We go out, up, oh, bend, out, up. Let's go. 8, 7, in 6. You got one more move for these abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift your legs up to the ceiling. Now curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, reach for the ball. Zip your inner thighs together, press the ball against your shins. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, you're gonna roll up, press on the ball. You're pulling legs to ball, you're pressing hands to ball, and then lower back down towards the floor, 2 counts. Up, down, down. Ooh, I don't know if you can see, but my entire body is shaking as usual. My little toes in the air are shaking. Try to extend your legs straight if you're feeling a lot of tension in your hip flexors. Of course, you can bend your knees. 8. Last 7. We're gonna give those hip flexors a stretch. Oh, in 5. Last 4. 3, 2, 1. Release. Okay. 10 minutes of abs. I think we're pretty good there on the ab front. From there, we're gonna get into our lower body. We're going to start with the ball underneath your right foot. Feet are hip width apart and parallel here. Palms are again planted into the ground. Use that anchor of the palms to open your chest. Inhale, prepare. And then exhale, we're gonna lift up into a bridge. Hold your glute bridge. I want you to draw your tailbone towards the backs of your thighs and pull your front hip points towards your front ribs. It's gonna open up the lower back and give you a little bit more abdominal connection here. Keep holding. Make sure you've got some inner thigh magnetism, so your inner thighs are trying to reach towards each other. They're not touching, but they have this attraction. They wish they could touch. From there, without changing your hips, you're gonna extend your right leg, rolling it out on the ball. You're gonna bend the knee, pulling it back in, and then lower your hips down towards the mat to tap, and exhale, lift the hips back up. We go out with the leg, in with the leg, down with the hips, up with the hips, out. That's the tempo. 2 counts. We're keeping it nice and controlled. Down and up, out, in, lower, and lift. Now once again, if as you're moving this right leg out and in, your hips are super unstable, you're feeling a lot of tension in your lower back, etc., I want you to go ahead and get rid of the ball and just keep both of your feet on the ground, working on a more classic bridge. This is a tough exercise. I think it's deceptively, it looks easy, so it's kind of deceiving, but it's very tough. All right, how are we doing? We should be feeling that left hamstring, left butt cheek, right hamstring as well as it reaches the ball away and pulls it in. Out. In. Down. And up. Good. In 8. We're going to hold it in. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. 3. 2, hold it in. You can lower your hips down. Now you're gonna grab the ball with your hands. We're gonna take the ball into the left hand here. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lifting yourself back up into that bridge. Bring your right knee into tabletop. So now we are in a single leg glute bridge. Wow, wow, wow. You're gonna press your hand into the ball and your ball into the right thigh. From there, inhale, lower the hips down. Exhale, lift the hips up, pressing left heel into the mat, really feeling that left hamstring activate. Inhale, down, 2, up, 2, oh, down, 2, up, 2. Now, what can we do if this is not really working? Is we can instead take your right tippy toes to the mat. We can still work on that imbalance, right? So more load on the left side, but with a little bit more stability with that right side giving us a bit of extra support. So there's always an option to make the workout a little bit more accessible. And it doesn't mean that it's gonna get easier, because say you're doing this exercise and you're like compensating by doing interesting things with your hips or just using your back muscles, for example, you might actually put your toes down and feel like the work gets harder because you're actually getting the work where we want it to be. So I wouldn't say, I definitely wouldn't say that modifying the exercise is making it easier. It's not. In fact, probably mostly the experience is gonna be that it's a little bit more intense. 5, 4, wow, I don't wanna say it, but we're gonna hold it up and pulse, everybody. Last 3, 2, hold it up. Let's just do 8 pulses, nothing crazy. Give me 8. Last 6, woohoo! Last 4, hold 3, hold 2, hold 1, hold, lower your right toes down, lift your hips up for just one more moment, and then roll down vertebra by vertebra like a wave. All right, from there, flipping on over, we are going to step our left leg forward. That was our working, stabilizing side. So left foot is down, extend your right leg long, and come up into this high lunge position. So right leg is long, weight is pouring into that left heel. I'm gonna keep my upper body hinging forward to load that left side a little more. Take the ball on top of your left knee, and then bring both of your hands onto the ball like you're gonna dive off a diving board. Use the ball here as an anchor to pull your shoulders down towards your hips here. I've got nice activation underneath my armpits. From there, inhale, prepare. Exhale, you're gonna tap your right toes in next to your left heel, and then tap your right toes back as far as you can. Tap in, tap out. Tap in, tap out. In, out. Now, if you don't have a ball, you can just bring your hands to the knee. You can also take your palms to prayer. Last 8. Last 6, we'll hold the right leg back. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the right leg back, and now bend both of your knees coming into this 90-90 lunge. Left knee is over ankle, right knee is under hip. Sits bones are heavy, so it means your pelvis is stacked vertically. You're gonna grab the ball between your palms here and bring your arms next to your rib cage. Inhale, get as low as you can. Exhale, come up to stand, reaching your arms overhead. Now you can stay here, or if you want to challenge your balance a little bit more, we're going to come into a balance on the left leg. We come down to the lunge, pull the elbows in towards the chest, and then come up, find your balance. Good, we're not going to worry about a beat here with that balance component. I think it's a little bit nicer just to go a little bit freely at a pace that feels good for you. All right, ooh, how are we doing? That left leg is working hard, left butt cheek working hard. Again, if you don't have a ball, no worries. You can just take your palms to prayer. You can't see it, but in front of me, there's an inventory of cows, which means it's just a bunch of pictures of teeny little cows, kind of like these two behind me. So cute. I look at this all the time. Who knew you could have a favorite type of cow? But it's possible. Oh, we're getting ready to hold it down. Last 8, we're gonna hold it down. 6, 4, 3, 2. Hold it down at your lowest point. Now listen carefully. If you have that ball, you're gonna place it underneath your back knee. Oh my gosh, we're going that low? Yes, indeed. Hold it down. Anchor your left hip towards your right inner thigh. So both of your sides are nice and long. Give me pulses down to the ball. Down into that ball. I'm gonna take my hands behind my head. Yes, last 8. Last 6, this is it for that left side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, you can take your hands to the ground. Just stretch out that left hamstring a little bit. Oh gosh. All right, now grab your ball, come down, and we're gonna do the exact same thing for the other side. Easy, simple, lay down. Okay, so ball is gonna go underneath your left foot now. The right side is gonna be more of our focus, but the left side, she's still there. She's along for the ride. Let's take our arms down, use the palms pressing into the floor to open your chest a little bit. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Whew, lift your hips up. Hold it up for just a second. Okay, make sure your hips are on the same level. Your inner thighs are attracted to each other. And you're gonna curl your front hip points towards your front ribs to get more butt, more abs, less back. From there, extend your left leg out. Pull the left leg in. Lower the hips down. And then lift your hips back up. 2 counts. We go. Out. 2. In. 2. Down. 2. Lift. 2. Now what I can tell you is that my ball felt super, how do I say this? Like it was really working well on the first side. I have a couple issues with this hamstring on the back of the moving leg right now. And I noticed that it's a little harder for me to roll the ball on the second side. That's fine, right? We're just gonna notice it and then like kind of let it go. Remember, if that ball isn't really working for you, you can take both of your feet to the ground and go for a double-legged glute bridge. If you don't have the ball, you can just lift your hips. You can tap your leg out, tap your leg in, and then lower the hips. And down. We're getting there, don't worry. We're not gonna do this forever. It's gonna feel like forever, but it's gonna be far from it, I promise. Last 8. Good, last 6. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and grab the ball. You're gonna take the ball into your right hand. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift your hips up, and now lift that left leg up into a tabletop. From there, right hand is gonna press into the ball. So I'm creating a little bit of tension between my right side and my left side here. And I'm gonna lower the hips down and lift the hips back up. Oh, lower and lift. Good, keep thinking sits bones to backs of thighs or front hip points towards front ribs. It's like a teeny pelvic tuck to get less back, more abs, more butt. Oy, oy, oy. If your right thigh is starting to flail out to the side, we're gonna hug the right thigh into the middle. Probably if I'm using the word flail, that's not what we're going for, right? Perhaps not. We're really going for that control. Whew, whew, whew. All right, are you getting excited for the pulses? I'm getting excited for the pulses. 8 counts and we hold it up. 6, last 5, last 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Give me 8 pulses, up with a hip. 7, good. 6, press on that ball. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, lower the left leg down and then roll your body down like a wave. Oh gosh, all right, we are coming up. Right foot forward, left leg back. I want you to press through that right heel. Extend your left leg. Just remembered all that we're doing on this in this exercise and I got a little disappointed or a little bit defeated, but it's okay. We're not leaving each other. We can do this. Right leg down, left leg long, ball to knee, hands on ball. Yes, okay, press into the ball. Try to anchor your shoulders down towards your hips. We got nice activation in the armpits here. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, you're gonna tap the left toes in and then tap the left toes back. Try not to shift your weight forward and backwards. Get a little lower. Remember, no ball, no problem. You can take your palms to prayer or bring your hands to your knee. 8, get a little lower. 6, we're holding the left leg back. 4, 3, 2, hold the left leg back, bend both of your knees. All right, from there, we're gonna bend our elbows to 90 degrees, right knee over ankle, left knee under hip. You have 2 options. Whew. You can either go down and then up into a split lunge, just means your feet stay planted, reaching your arms overhead. Or if you wanna join me, we're gonna go down and then we're gonna come up and we're gonna find a balance, all right? Don't worry about the beat. I mean, enjoy it, you know? But don't worry about moving to the beat. Just focus on coming up and down. All right, and just because you've gone for the balance on one side doesn't mean it's necessarily gonna work for you on the second side. I've said it a million times, I'll say it a million more times. The body is built naturally with some imbalances, right? Like your organs, for example, they're not symmetrical. And so I think to expect absolute symmetry from your extremities, it's not really realistic. If your organs are built that way, it means one side of your body is a little heavier than the other, etc. We got those compensations. If we weren't supposed to be a little bit uneven, everybody would be ambidextrous. Oh. Gosh, there's that moment when you're starting to find the balance where your right leg is a little bit fighting, taking on 100% of the weight, but it gets there. Last 8, we're gonna hold it down. 6, we hold it down. 4, 3, 2, I want you to hold it down. Drop the ball underneath your left knee. Push that left knee into the ball. Now hug your right outer hip to left inner thigh. Both sides of your body are the same length. And give me little pulses into the ball. If you don't have a ball, no worries. Ooh, you can just pulse low. Last 8, we're coming down to the mat. Last 6, we got a little finisher. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can lean forward, extend your front leg. Just get a nice hamstring stretch here. A little pyramid pose moment. Grab your ball and then come to both of your knees. We are gonna finish off with a little bit of back extension to strengthen your back body using the ball. So, ball goes in front of you. Stack your hands on the ball. This is just like we had it when we were standing. So our hands are on the ball like we're jumping off a diving board. Legs are gonna be hip width apart here. Rotate your inner thighs a little bit to the ceiling. And I want you to lengthen your tailbone to the backs of your thighs and try to press your pubic bone into the floor. Just gives us a little bit more abdominal focus, less work for the lower back. Inhale, prepare. On the exhale, start to roll the ball towards you, drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Keep rolling the ball towards you and use that roll to begin lifting your sternum off the ground. Coming up. Good, hold here for just a moment in that up position. Draw those shoulders down, wrap your elbows towards the mat here. Inner part of your arm is facing forward. And I want you to reach your sternum towards the ball as much as you can so we get a bit more extension in the upper back and we're not just relying on the flexibility of our lower back. Slowly lower back down. Good, we're not gonna go for tempo here either. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, shoulders down towards the hips. Keep rolling the ball towards you, lifting your sternum. You're going for an even curvature from the back of the head all the way to your tailbone. Inhale, slowly roll down. Lots of work for the back here. Lots of work for your lat muscles underneath your armpits as well. Good, inhale down. I like to exhale when I lift and inhale when I lower, but you can feel free to reverse that if that feels better for you. And as you lift the torso, we're gonna try to keep the legs heavy into the floor. So the lower body is nice and weighted. Again, because I have a little bit of a heavier legs personally, it's not so hard for me to do this exercise and not lift my legs. It'll be much harder in a second when we add the legs. In 8, we're gonna hold it up. 6. Last 5, we've got our grand finale in 4. Last 3, last 2, hold it up just about halfway. Draw those shoulders down, lift your chin off your chest, gazes towards the ball. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift your thighs off the mat. Try to get them as high as you can without arching your lower back. And now just click your heels, click, click. You can stay here using that ball for a little bit of support, or if you want a little bit more intensity, we're gonna lift the ball off the ground. Click, 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 click. Last 8, 6, get a little higher if you can. 4, 3, 2, and release. Oh, goodness. You can take your ear to the mat, bring your arms down, just shake your butt side to side. Nice. From there, bring your hands next to your chest, squeeze your elbows in, inhale. Exhale, press yourself up and back into that child's pose. Oh, this is nice because we also get a stretch for the glutes here. We're gonna take one more little glute stretch together. You can come forward. Take a seat, turning to face me. From there, you're gonna bend your legs into a crisscross position. And then slide your right knee a little bit more to the midline and take your left leg outside of the right leg. Right elbow to left thigh, and we twist. So we're releasing that left outer hip. Really nice job today. What focus work, I loved it. My gosh, I felt my butt, my hamstrings. So much so that I almost forgot that we had a full 10 minutes of abdominals at the beginning, switching sides, which I also felt intensely. Left elbow to right thigh. Ooh. Maybe should do this side a little bit more often. Oh. Look at that ball. So simple, so innocent. We know what it's really like. It adds so much intensity. It's my favorite prop though. MVP for sure. Dear ball. Thank you for your service. Inhale here, exhale, come to center. Give yourself a huge round of applause. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat as usual. If you want a couple more workouts using that handy dandy VIP ball, I'll go ahead and link you to a couple. And if this is all of your workout for the day, more power to you. Enjoy the rest of the day or the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat, and I can't wait to see you next time.